Like, what the fuck do y'all be talking about? I do self-work. When I don't feel right, bitch, I meditate. When I need to get shit out, I journal. When I need to feel spoiled, I go pamper myself. Take notes, bitch.
You know, everywhere I go, I see the same old. But I don't see no chick like me. Maybe, cause I'm the one and the only. Yeah, it ain't no bitch like me. It ain't no bitch like me.
The pipeline from mean girl to nurse, HR, call center managers, restaurant managers, beauticians, fucking women empowerment speakers, baby, it needs to be talked about. So let's talk about it. Now, I want to be clear. Multiple things can exist at one time. I don't believe these things just apply to women. And I don't believe every woman in these positions are mean girls. But if the shoe fits, you know what to do. Now, there are 3 elements, I believe, that are involved with this pipeline from mean girl to going into positions that require them to be nice fucking people, right? And the first element is insecurity. It is. One of my favorite books, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, it talks about how a lot of people go through life referring to objects. You don't take the position because it's who you really are. You do it for the objects that come along with it. I didn't become a nurse because I just want to help people. I did it for the salary. I didn't move to a certain place because I felt called to do that. I did that because it's the party city, or I refer to the objects that come with whatever I'm doing before I do it. And then you have people who refer to themselves. They do things based off of who they are, especially pertaining to like their careers or their partner or just how they operate through life. They do not refer to objects. I became a nurse because I feel called to help people. I'm a rapper because I'm a poet. I love to write. I love to use my gifts for good, okay? And when you live your life chasing external objects, you start lacking in other areas. And a lot of times people purposely go into these lines of work, or they purposely do things out of feeling lack, right? Especially women, I feel like example, you know, when we feel lonely or we don't feel loved, we might text a couple randos just for some attention. Okay, if we don't feel pretty, we might do our makeup or go on a shopping spree. We're seeking external validation. And in general, when you are a person who does things based off of money and objects, you start to lack in other areas, whether you know it or not. And that is why you're so triggered by others when they refer to themselves. You see what I'm saying? Somebody ever said to you they can hate on you even though they have more than you? That's very true. Because the things that make you a force to be reckoned with are not things you can buy. You know, you can't buy energy at a boutique. You can't buy sex appeal. You can't buy charisma. You can't buy those things. I'm sorry, but I ate that part up. Like, I ate this part the fuck up. Like, clock it. Like, you cannot buy the things that make you a force to be reckoned with. Like, listen to me. I'm the craze. I know what the fuck I be talking about. And you can't learn about self-love at a fucking institution, at a school. Those things have to come from within. And that's why a lot of these women, a lot of times, they feel the need to humble other women. Like Morgan, she said, bitch, you work at Circle K, so you can't have an opinion. It was almost as though she was triggered. Like, how dare you have the audacity to be bold and give your opinion? How dare you be so confident? You don't got a degree. You don't got a BBL. You don't got a Birkin. They're triggered by women who can feel just as confident as them, even though they have less. They refer to themselves and not external objects. Y'all remember on TikTok when they had luxury black girl TikTok, and then the girls started the regular black girl TikTok? You hoes were so mad. Like, y'all were trying to bash, tell fleazies and telling girls they was broke, and that's not luxury, because a lot of women, again, they chase these external things to feel validated. So if your whole personality is based on objects, okay, the second people stop seeing value in those objects, you don't fucking exist. Y'all be triggered and insecure. Another element, of course, is the patriarchy. I feel like a lot of women in these positions of authority or management, a lot of times it's like y'all purposely use y'all power to give other women a hard time because the patriarchy tells us it's not enough room for all of us, even though there is. And the last element is trauma. Yes, when I see Mean Girls, a lot of times it just tells me that there's either a mother wound there. A lot of times when I see women who treat other women like competition, it's because that's how their mother treated them. So you go through life with almost a tainted idea of women. So you feel more comfortable in the male gaze, right? A lot of people think that pick-me's is from not having a father figure, but a lot of the pick-me's you see, them bitches who will fuck your man, them bitches who will do anything for some peen, a lot of times there's a mother wound there. So they feel more comfortable around men because they see women as a threat because that's how they were treated. And even if you don't have that type of wound, I feel like if you are constantly being met with these type of occurrences with other women, it's easy to become these same women. And I think a lot of women do that. They become the same mean girls that bully them because now they've let their trauma turn them into these same people. And that's not what you're supposed to do. Your trauma is supposed to turn you into the person you needed, right? That's how the real baddie, my whole brand even started. Because growing up, especially as a conventionally attractive woman, some of the biggest hurdles in my life were at the hands of other women. It was. As the only girl of 3 boys growing up with a mother who nurtured my spirit, when I went out into the world, I looked to other women for companionship, for sisterhood, right? Because I didn't have sisters growing up. But a lot of times I was met with very nasty energy. And I'm not gonna lie, in high school, it turned me into a bitch. I was a bitch, but I had to be. Because every time I tried to, look to these girls for sister, they were judging me based off external objects. They couldn't get past my hair or my purse or how I dress. So they judged my exterior and never got to know who I was. And I'm grateful that I didn't let those experiences turn me into these same type of women, into a mean girl. It turned me into the girl I needed in those times. A sister, a companion, okay, a friend. A lot of women let their bad experiences with other women turn them into those same women. It's like, why can't you see yourself in me? I can't tell you how many times there were women who could have made my life a lot easier, but I feel like intentionally made things harder for me because maybe they seen me as the girl in high school who was bullying them, or their mama, or whatever. They just projected their lack and their insecurity and their trauma onto me instead of being the person they needed in those times. A lot of you hoes need to heal. Or you can get beat up too. I mean, that's always an option.
I ain't never met no dude that could wear my shoes. Cause baby, I was popping way before I met you. So if you wanna get with me, what you think you gon' do?
You gon' have to come up off some racks, a few. You gon' have to cop me that bag, brand new. You gon' have to give me that whip, where's my keys? Especially if you want a boss bitch like me. Yeah, it ain't no bitch like me. It ain't no bitch like me. You can look around and see, baby, I can guarantee it ain't no bitch like me. It ain't no bitch like me. Look, it ain't no bitch like me. Look, you can look around and see, baby, I can guarantee it ain't no bitch like me. No, it